This is an emergency announcement. Welcome to your YouTube emergency broadcast channel. We are here to inform you that in the province of British Columbia, there are currently over 180 wildfires going out of control. Over 1,400 firemen have been assigned to their site, and the world's largest water bomber, the Mars water bomber, is currently inactive. The government has just approved a $1.8 million contract to reinstate the Mars water bomber and send it out to fight the fires of British Columbia. However, it will take days approximately before the deal is completed and the Mars water bomber actually leaves the ground. It is currently stationed on Sprout Lake, only a kilometer or so away from a fire that is raging right next to Sprout Lake. The pilots of the Mars water bomber have been so disappointed to be stationed inside the cockpit only to sit and stare at the flames as they burn down the community right in front of their cabin. In other news, in Squamish, the air quality index is approximately 4 out of 10. Yesterday, it was at a 8. And in Whistler, the air quality was at a 10 in Whistler, which is a very high-risk situation. Anybody who is prepared to exercise outdoors is advised not to. If you have to go to work, we recommend that you either wear a respirator or do not perform heavy exercise or outdoor activities. Anybody who doesn't have to be at work or get their exercise, we recommend you stay at home and watch television. It is the best thing to do for your health, people. Perhaps get a bag of chips, some soda, enjoy it. Because normally we'd be telling you to get the hell out of there and get some exercise. As you can see, the chief is obscured by microparticulates in the atmosphere that have been spread across nearly 10,000 square kilometers. The entire lower mainland of British Columbia is completely blanketed in smoke. Yesterday, you couldn't even see the chief in the mid-afternoon. In Whistler yesterday, the smoke was so thick, there was only about 300 to 400 meters of visibility. Today, the smoke index reduced a little bit in Whistler. There was approximately 700 to 800 meters of visibility at times that were windy, and the visibility improved to over a kilometer. But most of the time, it was still heavy, dense smoke. An important thing to note is that if you are the type of individual who insists on wearing a mask in these kinds of weather conditions, the paper masks that you get out of a box of 100 are insufficient. Those are dust masks. They will not filter out the smoke from the air. If you're going to wear a mask, you must invest the $65 Canadian in a proper respirator. They will filter out 95% of the smoke particulates. Make sure you ask your retailer for the correct kind of filter. We are interrupting this emergency broadcast for an emergency interruption. Food. We can expect these meteorological conditions to continue for at least another 2 days. We do not see rain anywhere on the horizon. The greater amount of fires this year is due to the droughts that have swept across the United States and into the lower portions of Canada, reducing the water reservoirs. All the snow on the mountaintops is gone because it was a terrible, not snowy winter. Many ski resorts were forced to shut down because they simply had no snow. Many people have reported seeing the moon come up in the mornings instead of the sun. There was a great panic and concern as people wondered where the sun had gone. But I assure you people that if only you were to stare directly into it for at least 3 hours or more, you would soon come to the deduction, the reasonable, logical deduction, that no other celestial bodies were in sight. Therefore, that moon must be the sun. Fear not, people. The sun still rises in the east and sets in the west. Just because you can stare directly at it does not mean that you should. Temperatures have been down from over 35 degrees last week down to almost 20 degrees this week. Right now, I am guessing that the weather is approximately 18 degrees outside, with the wind chill bringing that factor down to 14 degrees. I can only assume this much because I have goosebumps. And of course, by the water, it is a little bit cooler, approximately 12 degrees. As you can see over there in the distance, Shannon Falls is barely at a trickle, and that is due to the low snow volume from last year's winter and this early year's winter. These conditions can be expected to continue for the next 80 or so years, unless humanity finds a way to fight climate change. They must get rid of the petroleum vehicle and change to a hybridized vehicle, something that is energy efficient and does not produce carbon emissions. Liquid natural gas is not a solution, people, because that still produces carbon emissions. It is a temporary fix, and one that will cost us far more money than it would to just make the proper fix. I highly recommend that you buy an electric vehicle or an electric bike like the Zero, because these conditions will not improve over the years. They will only get worse. Climate change deniers, go stuff yourselves. Here's the proof. This just in. We have a live feed from Whistler. Ah yes, and we seem to have another Pulse live feed right out of Pemberton Valley. Let's have a look. Over to you.
This is Wetfoot reporting from Pemberton on July the 9th. It's about 5 p.m. right now, and as you can see, the entire valley is just filled with smoke. I would say there's about an 800 to 900 meter visibility range. And it doesn't look like there's any signs of letting up. If you're planning to stay out here for the weekend, I suggest you all get some respirators, as this kind of conditions is going to pose a serious challenge for the Squamish Pemberton Festival. Hope everybody comes prepared.
Thank you for watching this emergency broadcast. 30K. I think that police officer was waiting for me. He was hoping to catch me doing over 30. Is that gotta go fast? Is he gonna go fast? Come on, go fast, buddy. I want to see you get nailed. Watching the mirror, and the road, mirror, road, mirror, road, mirror. Nope. Oh, I could cheat and just go right there.
Do